Hey guys, Spicek99 here, and welcome back to another video. Today I will be showing you how to use Blender version 2.7, and this is just for the beginning, concepts of it and how to use Blender to get anything done. So you will start with this screen. It'll look like this, and to get into it, you'll just click anywhere, and it will go into this mode. This is where you can see the objects and mess around with them, change their size, and move them around, and animate. So you will start by being able to move around by pressing the middle mouse button on your mouse. It is by pressing down the scroll wheel. You'll press around and you can move around. So you can move around and you can take these objects like this cube right here that you start out with, and you'll see these arrows on it. So what you can do is you can then move it using these arrows along the three different axes. Like this. X, Y, and Z. So there are also some different modes that you can use down here. One is rotation, where you can rotate the objects certain amounts, like this. And then you can also enlarge it in the three different dimensions. So you can do this, but you can also add more objects if you want by going over here to the Create tab on the left. And any of these mesh objects will work as visible objects. But there are also some different things like text and, inserting another camera for the animation and different lights. So I'll add in a cylinder, and I can do the exact same things as I just did with that cube with the cylinder. So I can expand it like this. But let's say I don't want this cube anymore, so I'll right click on it to select it, and then I can press X, and that will pop up saying if I want to delete it, and then I'll just click delete and it'll disappear. So you can also use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out, and okay, so then you can add text, like over here on the side. So you could create different text objects instead of having to maybe try to shape it out with objects. So I'll move this over here, rotate it a little bit. But now I want to be able to edit the text. So how will I be able to do that? Well, you'll go down here where it says object mode, and there will also be an edit mode. So for the text, then a little cursor will pop up right there. So I can hit delete. I can type in hello YouTube. So now I have some wording in my text, and I can then go back into object mode. I can move it around, I could rotate it, but you can actually color it. And so if I go over here into this is like a texture. So I can press, it's a material. So you can press new and you'll get a new material. So right now it's white. But all you're seeing in here is the objects because it's an object mode down here. Well, no, all you're seeing is you're seeing the solid shapes. So if you want to be able to see what it looks like this light right here is bringing light onto these other objects. So if you want to be able to see like how your lighting is, you can go over here to texture. And so you can see on this object down here, it's completely black right there, but it's white right there. And if I were to take this lamp and move it around, you could see the lighting change in real time. So this also works with the text. So for the text though, so now it'll also show you the colors. So you can go over here, you've created a new material, and you can click down here under the diffuse tab, and it will pop up with this color thing. You can use different modes like hexadecimal, or you can just stick with RGB, and you can turn it into different colors. So yeah, and if you wanted to, you could also take this cylinder, create a new material, and make it into green. And then what I could do is I could place my text on top of this, and then get a interesting looking sort of effect if I were to render out an image through where this camera is. So maybe align this a bit better. So when you eventually render, it will you'll render out of the camera right here. But to see what the camera is seeing, you can go down here and click View, and you can click on the camera. It will show you what the camera is seeing. So it's obviously not in the way of the camera. So what I can do is I can take the camera and I can rotate it. So maybe like that. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, maybe a bit more. So you can also use shortcuts right here, like the numpad, to just get to these views quickly. But so that's what I'll see right there if I were to render this image out right now. But see, there's not very even lighting. Like right here, it's all black, and over here it's green. So to make more even lighting, I can move this lamp over here in the front. But I might want to mess around with this over here in the lighting tab. I can see how much energy there is and the distance that it'll create the light from. So if I don't think that this is bright enough, I could go over here to the energy and make it 2. Make it twice as bright. You know, that's a little bit too much, so maybe bring it down to 1.3, something like that. And so now that I have this even lighting, I can go back to the camera view, and I could render out this beautiful image. Well, not quite, but you could render out the image, and then by using this render button, and this is what it'll look like with the text back there. But also you could view it in live render mode, so you can go over and go back from the render to the 3D view, and down here where we changed it to texture earlier, you can go to rendered, and it will change live like a render in a lower resolution. But that's not a very effective way to get around. So I hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.